Wow, my favorite, God, it's got to be my favorite day, favorite time of the month is when I start sending out checks to our investors. 37, what are we at right now, Melissa? 3,700 investors? Is that right? 3,700 investors. We're sending out $6.3 million for June. That's an annualized $25 million a year in cash. That's just the cash distribution. That does not count appreciation, does not count debt pay down, does not account any depreciation, by the way, all of which we pass on to our investors. I'm just going to write a couple of these out right here. Johnny, don't get these little codes, right? I'm sharing this with you for all of you out there that are interested in real estate. This real estate game, as long as you get great properties in great locations, like we bought this last year. It's called Nexus. It was called Nexus Sawgrass. We changed the name to 10X Living. It's Sawgrass. Beautiful, magnificent, quality, institutional quality asset. I didn't start with these, but we have investors that have never bought a piece of real estate. Their first investment is in this kind of asset. I started with, if you saw the stuff I started with, Johnny, you ought to insert it in the video. My first deal was $78,000. I think I put $3,500 down. The payment was $325 a month, and I rented it for like $525. I made $200 a month. I was so proud. So if you're just getting started in real estate, look, pick great locations, great assets, get them to cash flow, manage them, take care of the property, take care of the asset, take care of the tenant, take care of the operations. And as long as it cash flows, it's going to take care of you. It's just a matter of time. So this is the time of the month when I start sending distributions out. I'm just going to grab some of these big whoppers. We have some checks in here as low as what? How much? Like $52? I think my kids got $52 last month. They're invested. But some as big as, here's one to Amy, $82,175. Yeah. Wow. And I'm going to put a little smiley face on here with my hair going wild and a big 10X because I'd like to send her $800,000. That's $82,000 for the month of June. Brandon, beep, beep, beep. Brandon Dawson, my partner, $56,250. If you guys need a loan, he's the guy to go to this month because he's going to be sitting on some cash. Only a handful of people do we actually send checks to. We're trying to get rid of that because checks are such a inefficient way today they get lost, they get picked up, they get stolen, they get misplaced. You're on a vacation, it sits in your mailbox. So most of our probably 3,400 of the 3,700 investors, we wire to today using ACH. Here's JRC, $19,688. Put the old GC on it and a smiley face, okay? We got, my friends, BA, I'm not gonna use their name, $19,126. Here's a trust that's gonna get $18,563 this month. My friends, Justin, gonna get $13,500. Here's another one for $12,319, $11,475. $11,223. The list just goes on and on. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to write these, but let me show you around real quick. This is the kind of stuff that we buy. Let me put these up so nobody gets them. Listen, will you handle this? Make sure that I don't lose them. And I'll just kind of show you what we do. This is a book of our investments. You can see them at CardoneCapital.com, about $1.7 billion of assets, 25 properties, 7,722 units. We just closed our 8th fund. It purchased $360 million worth of real estate. It purchased $360 million worth of real estate. These guys are not salesmen. They're answering your questions. You can schedule a call with them where you get to ask, hey, what's the returns? I can tell you right now, we look for internal rate of returns of about 15% per year, 6% cash flow, 5 to 6% cash flow. And then with appreciation over long periods of time, we look for a 15% to the investor after expenses. So here's some deals that we did. or that we're looking at. Okay, we're trying to buy 487 units in an opportunity fund right now. Miramar, big, massive property, $130 million. Jacksonville, Florida, we lost this deal actually. We got to wait a little while to get it ready. $55 million. Naples, we closed this deal at the end of last year, $85 million. Great property. We just closed this fund. I think the number on that fund was 112 million. Yeah, we raised 112 million in cash, bought $360 million worth of property. I closed, just so you know how I do it, I closed, and I'm going to be sharing this on a webinar I'm doing in 2 weeks. I closed on the property with my money. Not everybody can do that, but I'll show you how you can get other people to help you close on your deals in this webinar. But I basically bought the $363 million. That's a third of $1 billion in real estate. And then what I did was I offered it to friends of ours, okay? Don't share these names with anybody. We don't have full names on here. But these are people, 160,000, 60,000, 45,000, 20,000, 20,000, 100. Keep in mind, like, I'm not showing you this to brag. I'm telling you, like, if you have a real property, right? Like, if you have a real property, if you're a real person, there's a real person behind this company, it's me, and you have a real property, like this property. It's got a real property. It's easy to raise money on something that's real. So the reason we're so successful, almost $400 million raised, is it's real. People like real things, okay? In a world where so many things are fake. Instagram accounts are fakes, photoshopping, anybody can say they're great at something, anybody can say that they know something without any verification whether it's true or not. In a society where fake news is everywhere, when you show an investor a real piece of property, okay? We acquired this in 2020. It was built in 2019. It's in Naples, Florida. It's got a name on it. You can go check it. You can drive it. We have real tenants there, real cash flow. Our loan to value on this deal is 65%, so we don't over leverage anything. We have a 2.5 to 3x projection on the equity multiple. This is what we expect this to do. We'll hold it for 7 to 10 years, a long-term hold. So again, here's another property we bought last year. 10X Living, The Retreat, Panama City Beach. You can go visit the property. 2008 built, acquired in 2020, 360 units, sorry. I put $20 million down in my own money. Easy to raise money. Okay, here's the deal we bought up in Maryland. I just bought this the first of this year. 531 units. I bought this from an institution. Okay, Whole Foods is 2 blocks away. Why am I telling you that? Buy great locations, okay? Take care of the tenants. Don't over leverage. Get good debt on them. Some of the debt I've gotten on some of these deals is under 3.325%. 3.25%, check this out. It's interest only for the entire loan. Now, if some of this is over your head and you're like, oh my God, dude, the numbers this guy's talking about are so big. I started, I don't have my computer in here, but watch. I'm gonna show you the first property I ever bought. 1113 Sheffield, still remember the address. 1117 Sheffield, Bel Air, Texas. And here it is. Come up, buddy, you can do it. There it is. First property I ever bought. Can they see this, Johnny? First property I ever bought, okay? That was the deal where I was making, I don't know, $200 a month. Paid $78,000 for that property. It's worth $470,000 today. That was a long time ago. And, you know, I'm telling you this because you got to start someplace, right? Now, my sister, who's been investing with me for 10 years, she's a multimillionaire today. She's never, ever bought a piece of real estate on her own, ever. She's never read my book on how to create wealth investing in real estate. I don't know if that book's in here. Yeah, here it is right here. She's never read this book. I'm paying her, I'm sending her $31,000 this month. If you need a loan, go see my sister. Don't come to me because I don't have any money. I'll tell you, all the money I have goes back into real estate. Okay? This is my buddy Ryan Secco. You see Ryan? See Ryan working with me on deals every day. This is how real estate works. It gives you stability. Stability, cash flow, amortization. If you can take your day job, whatever you're doing graphics, you're doing art, you're a photographer, you're an actor, an actress, you're a director, a writer, plumber, roofer, contractor, real estate agent, a real estate broker. If you can take your day job, earn money, take whatever's left, live frugally. That's what I did. I'll tell you right now, even when I had money, I spent like a beggar, but I invested like a king. And then one day you look up and you're like, man, I got a book of business. This book represents $1.7 billion. I started with $3,500. I started with $3,500. Now, if you want to learn how to get started, because you're not going to start with $1 billion. If you want to learn how to get started, 70,000 people registered for a webinar that I did a couple of weeks ago. It was so successful. About 50,000 people couldn't attend, so people have reached out to me and said, can you please do that webinar again? Because I do it and then I take it down. If you want to register, click the link below. It's completely free. I'm going to show you how to buy real estate. You could actually buy a deal like this in Houston, Texas right now if you wanted to. If you knew how to raise the money, how to get the debt, I'll show you exactly how to do that, okay? If you want to buy a deal in Naples, Florida, Houston, Texas, Naples, Florida, Austin, I'm going to be sharing with you the great markets to be in. Huntington, is it Huntington? Not Huntington, Alabama, Daphne, Alabama, little parts of Mobile, Alabama, the whole Gulf Coast, Panama City. Come follow me, John. Okay. This is our accounting department back here. You're not going to have an accounting department. You're going to be the buyer. You're going to be the manager. You're going to be the operator. You're going to be the rent collector. You're going to be the accountant. Watch out, John. Okay. Guys, how's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Let's see, Johnny. Where do I want to bring them? I'll show you another department. All these companies that I have, all these little companies. Brian, how you doing, buddy? Okay. All these little companies. See, these guys are on the phone. They're on the phone selling products to companies. We train companies to improve their sales. The money that I get from this company all goes into real estate. Dave's one of our investors. How much money did I send you, Dave? Last month. Did you get it yet?
Yeah, over almost 6,000. I'm actually investing 60 more thousand right now.
Dang.
Walking through right now.
What'd you get? Did you get any?
Oh yeah, I got $192.
Dang, see, $6 grand, 192. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Man, how many legal pads you got, Dave?
These are all used over the last 5 years.
Dude, I love that, man. I love that, man. Legal pads don't cash flow, though. Okay, that's kind of like, that's what you guys should be treating your cash like. You should be treating your cash like a legal pad. Use it. Get your cash invested. This is a classroom. Once or twice a month, we hold a class here. This next week, no, 2 days from right now, June 18th, right, Johnny? June 18th, I'm going to hold a class here. 35 people are going to be in here. They pay $10,000 per person to be in here. If that's a profit, probably will be, just to be frankly honest with you. I'm going to take whatever's left over after I fund the company and the advertising and the salaries and payroll, etc. And then I'm going to take that extra money, whatever's left over, I'm going to invest it in real estate, real assets. These events, these big growth conferences or big 10X growth conferences, maybe you've heard of. My staff put all this up of me. These big conferences I do, guess what I do with the extra money? All the extra money goes into real estate. I earn money, pay the government their taxes, their little piece, unless I can figure out how not to. And I do my best to do that with real estate. And then I take whatever's left over out of these big events, and I take the money and I dump all of it into real estate so that, where's the plane at? Oh yeah, see this? Dude, real estate bought that plane for me. You can't buy a plane with just hard work. Hard work is not going to make you rich. Let me show you what will make you rich, all right? This, bricks. You buy in the right location. You got to learn what is the right location. Literally 50 feet can change a location in a neighborhood. Buy a great location. Pay extra to get a great location. I'm going to be sharing with you all this in the webinar. How can you go online and figure out what's the best location? How can you know what price to pay? How can you know how to negotiate with somebody that maybe is way more experienced than you are, okay? See this building? Let me show you a building. This is an apartment deal right behind me right here. I've been trying to buy this deal for 3 years. See this building right here above me? I've been trying to buy that building, okay? How do I value that company? That's a company. How do I value that company? That's a company. I don't have to start a business today. I can buy a business that's generating cash. Now, I happen to own this building. I own and control the tenant. I'm the tenant. And so I control the rents. But like on this property right here, I'm going to lose money on my own property. Why would I want to lose money on a property? Because me losing money on this property will actually make me money long term. I'm going to lose money and make money. This is things you can do in real estate that you just can't do in other spaces, okay? See, this is our e-commerce department. Here's where we run our ads. If you've ever seen an ad, it's run from right here. This is where we do our webinars. And then I'm going to bring you to the studio right now and show you this. I'm going to show you where we're going to actually hold the webinar for you to learn how you can get started buying real estate, real assets in your market. Here we are in 2020. We just had the government shut down. You want me to get behind you, Johnny?
Yeah, that's good.
We just had the government shut down. And I believe that apartment values, could increase as much as 40% in the next short period of time. You got to know where to buy, when to buy, how much to pay, where to get the loan, how to get a loan, how to do a deal with no money. I'm going to show you how to do deals with no money down. This is another department we got right here. Okay, this is the Department of Customer Service. We take care of our clients right here. People calling in, asking questions. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. This isn't right. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So this is where I'm going to come in. I'm going to hold a 2-hour webcast. This is completely free to you. I wish somebody would have done this for me. So you guys and gals out there, they're like, man, I want to learn the real estate game. Look, I don't know anything about stocks. I can't teach you about stocks. I can teach you about real estate. I'm going to show you exactly what to buy, when to buy, what to look for, how to get debt on it, how to do it with no money down. I've done all this. Some of the best purchases I've made were with no money down. I'll show you how to buy a house if you want to buy a house and make a freaking screaming deal on it. I'll show you how to buy a duplex, a fourplex, sixplex, eightplex, 12plex, 28 units, 32 units. I'll show you how to do 300 units. So, hey, look, you're probably wondering why a guy that's doing so well, I know I would be. Hey, if this guy's doing so well, buying so much real estate, making so much money, why is he going to spend his time teaching other people how to do this? Okay, because I wish somebody would have done this for me. That is the reason. My dad died when I was 10 years old. I didn't have anybody to teach me. My uncle was busy with his own life. I had 3 uncles. They were all busy. One was working in a refinery. He was busy. The other one had a job, a school bus, and basically booking numbers and taking bets on the weekend on games. He was busy. And my other uncle was out buying real estate and fixing houses in Lake Charles, and he was busy. And they all had their own families. I didn't have anybody to help me. And I promised myself when I was 16 years old, if I ever make it, I prayed over and over, God, please, 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 if I make it, please, if I make it, please, if I make it, God, I promise you one day I'll help other people. So I'm paying back a promise that I made. I know there's a bunch of you out there. So much turmoil in the world today. Banks don't pay you anything. Your job probably doesn't pay you enough. To get an increase in wages today is almost impossible. To even have a job today is questionable. 40 million people out of work. If I can help you, and I know I can, real estate is a vehicle that is proven to take people that had nothing. Some of the wealthiest people in the United States of America today invested in real estate. People that came from nothing. Fred Trump came from nothing. Okay, some of the biggest money in the world is invested in real estate. I can show you how to do this. Even if you're starting with no money down, even if you have no credit, even if you don't have the knowledge, if you have the commitment and the desire, the willingness, okay? You have the commitment, the desire, the willingness, like you're open-minded and you're willing to learn and take direction, I promise you, spend these 2 hours with me, it'll be a game changer. Show up and we're gonna have a free gift for you. Click the link below. I look forward to showing you the exact strategies that I've used to take $3,500 and build it into almost $2 billion worth of real estate. See you in a couple.